everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our live feed update for September 13th. I'm your host, Taran Armstrong, and with me today is Chantele. How you doing, Chantele?
I'm doing pretty well, but what I've realized, because I just started doing these live feed updates the last couple of years, that they need to expedite, I think, these last couple of weeks. Wouldn't it be really exciting if it was like every 2 days, new competition and like just speed through this in like a week? That would be kind of cool and fun. But I love talking Big Brother. I love talking Big Brother with you, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, there's definitely not too much here. Not a lot of update to update you on. But of course, we are here to update you on everything that happened yesterday on the Big Brother 24 live feeds. It was day 69 in the house.
Ooh.
And we're gonna talk about it all. So let's get going. Of course, Monty's the HOH. He put up Brittany and Alyssa, and then Brittany won the veto. She plans to use it on herself, and Taylor is the intended replacement nominee. Taylor and Brittany had a conversation with Monty the day before, where Monty told Brittany, "This is irreparable. There is no repairing our relationship." And Taylor now knows that there's no chance. She is going on the blocks. She's going to wake up here the morning of day 69 and say that, Monty's put me up twice now. And if Brittany or myself don't win next week, it's going to look like a majority men thing all over again. I'm sick of this. Monty and Brittany don't trust each other for some reason. It sucks.
Well, with the Monty thing, though, like, I can understand, like, having these thoughts and feelings about Brittany, but, like, can't you lie a little bit? Like, it could be beneficial for you just to pretend that, like, of course we can mend this. Bygones be bygones. That happened last week or the week before, whatever. Like, we can move past this, even if you're holding a grudge, because I don't think it really serves him that well to have people know that, like, it's irreparable. Like, I'm never going to, like, treat you the same way again. Like, I think it's a little bit silly on his part.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Monty's gonna come over and talk to Taylor. He asks her how she's doing. She says, "Look, I've been here before. Second time on the block at your hands, Monty." And he's like, "Hey, first time was for Nicole. You wanted that." So he says, "Look, as much as it does suck, I do feel good about the two of us next week." And she says that Turner knows I would pick you over him as well. So we really we got to win.
And I mean, it's pretty much true. They do got to win, and I would love to see them sitting beside each other in the final two. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but if we get there, I'm into it. They came a long way, especially from the beginning when Taylor kind of had a little bit of a crush on him, and then he completely pushed her away, and now it seems like they're having all these conversations about his exes and relationship and stuff like that, and like, I don't know, things are changing. And even
Things are changing.
right
Yeah, I think things are changing. I think things might be changing. So Brittany is going to talk with Alyssa briefly for a moment. This is a little funny little moment. She says, "Can we just put the game on pause for 2 seconds? And can I ask you something? Last night when you guys were out here and I was sleeping, did you call me a Karen?" No. I said my mom's was a teacher. Oh, my God, your mom's name is Karen. I was saying no babies are going to be named Karen. No. Brittany's like, "Oh, I heard like poor litany, and I thought, oh man, what do I do?" And Alyssa's like, "Oh no, my God, no! I would never call you a Karen. No, we were just poor Brittany's mom named Karen. No babies are gonna be named Karen. It's not no."
I actually thought, that they had not that much went on, as I thought that would be something that I brought into, like, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today? So I have no idea what I'm going to say at the end, but I thought this was a funny conversation because I've had this conversation with my friend Karen, because like she's definitely not a Karen at all, and we're just laughing all the time about how that name, nobody's really going to be named that anymore. But Brittany being paranoid, kind of wanting to clear the air there, I thought it was kind of funny.
So That was a little funny moment. If your friend Karen, does she now go by a different name? Does she like, hey Kay, what's up,
I call her Care. So hey
Care?
Care, hi Care.
There you
Yeah,
go.
she's the Care. She's also
Uh,
in Quebec though, so it's like it's maybe I
I
don't know if it translates fully over there.
don't
Like I
think
don't
so.
know if it's like if it's as strong, but yeah.
Hmm. Taylor is going to talk to Brittany and talk about how there's a gentleman's agreement going on, and she thinks that it has existed before this week. And Brittany's like, yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. Brittany says, well, why won't Monty just say that then? Instead of like going on and on about everything wrong that I've done in the game. Like, what was that conversation about the day before? And in my head, I'm like, Brittany, you literally have done the same thing to multiple people going out the door. But at the same time, yes, I agree. Like, yeah, he should have just been more upfront with you and not told you that the relationship is irreparable. Taylor says, look, we just have to win and take out Turner next week. That's got to be the play. Brittany's like, all right.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'd love it. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know like I hope that these two can like get it together, get some wins under their belt here at the end game and like set themselves up better because it looks like they're just going to trade it back and forth between Monty and Turner. It just seems like that's what's going to happen. But I hope it doesn't.
Yeah. So Brittany is in fact going to use the veto on herself, and Taylor is going to go up on the block as the replacement nominee. So there it is. Alyssa or Taylor will be evicted at the final 5. After the veto ceremony, Brittany and Turner are going to have a conversation. Turner says, look, this might be an uncomfortable conversation, but basically, I've heard that you've pitched for me to leave this week. That's fine. I did feel like I was being played by you when you approached me with a final 2. And Brittany is like, I feel like we have different interpretations of the conversation that we had. I was talking about options. I was talking about like that we were both in a bad place with the jury. Now you're not in a bad place with the jury, but that's another story. They go on to argue about like which one of them is the bigger target between the two of them heading into next week. Turner wants to let Brittany know, look, I will tell you one thing that Michael did say on his way out that you were lying about your job. Brittany has not been told this yet, and she says, "Wow, that's interesting. I was wondering just how much Michael threw me under the bus." It says, "Have you told anyone else that piece of information?" And Tanner's like, I only know that I know." And she says, "Well, if for some reason nobody else knows, it would really mean a lot to me if it stayed that way." She is very clearly shaken by the drop of this knowledge. In those moments you're trying to act normal, but like you're like, oh my god, oh my god. It's
I
very
mean,
much that.
I kind of feel like this would have been an opportunity for her to maybe just come clean because what she does is not that wowing. She could just be like, "Hey, when I was saying that I was leading meditations, I actually, use it for helping other people, and I use hypnotherapy." And like, I don't think anybody would be that upset by the lie. We even hear them all talking about the fact that like, hey, like it doesn't really matter now. We're near the end of the game. Like whatever they've done up in the past, like it's totally fine by now. So I wish that she wasn't acting so cagey because it looks like she does something worse than she actually does.
Hmm. They talk about the possibility of not evicting each other next week. That hey, maybe if if I win the veto, maybe there's a situation where I don't vote to evict you, and vice versa. Basically saying that they would maybe evict, Taylor or Monty over the other one, so that Brittany would maybe evict Monty over Turner. Turner would maybe evict Taylor over Brittany. I do think both of those possibilities are possibilities. They talk about them, but They also don't trust each other at all here. So it is also just as likely to be lip service. I don't think an agreement will make a difference here. I think it'll just matter mostly about like who they think is better for them to evict in that moment.
But I do think, though, that Turner is handling this a little bit better than Monty is, because at least,
Hmm.
Brittany is not immediately thinking like Turner, 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 Turner. Now it's like if Monty becomes an option, it may be more likely that she takes out Monty. So I think that he did play this a little bit better than Monty did.
Hmm. So they are going to also talk about how Brittany says, they talk about the vote. Brittany says, well, I know you have a deal with Monty to vote Alyssa out. He says, is that what you're doing? She says, yeah, I'm also voting Alyssa out. He says, well, I would very much appreciate you not saying anything to Alyssa because I'm very close with her. I plan to tell her the night before. So please don't, jump the gun. Please don't accidentally leak anything to Alyssa about the fact that she's going to jury. That'd be really bad. I'd be really annoyed if you did that, Brittany. She says, I won't tell him.
I don't think she will. And like I understand like Turner not wanting to actually get rid of Alyssa, and he doesn't want Alyssa to go out mad at him, go to the jury and not want to vote for him. So I think he's really trying to manage his vote here with Alyssa.
Mm. So Brittany is going to go and talk to Alyssa. And Alyssa is giving her a little bit of a pitch. She says that she thinks, look, the two of us have the most even case to the jury left in this game. She's not wrong. She says, I can't give a speech without crying to save my life. Taylor, she can come up with a speech in about 5 seconds that is amazing. Why would you want, her to stay in the game over me? Brittany says, look, if I hypothetically were to keep you, and hypothetically, Monty and Turner did not want that, then they would be coming for me. So that's something to be concerned about. Alyssa says, well, I will be campaigning to the others. And Brittany says, okay. And she says, anybody that saves me, I would be somebody that I owe my game to. And Brittany says, okay, well, here's something that would help me. Did Michael say anything about me on his way out the door? And Alyssa says, yes. He said that you were lying about your career. I don't know what the lie is. I don't know what the career is. I honestly don't care. But he did say that. And Brittany's like, okay. All right.
Before Brittany. I mean, I understand that it hurts that her best friend in the game has kind of, told some of these truths about her, and she can't really fix things. But I do think that she would benefit from coming a little bit clean and this like having everything be a little more transparent, and this like letting people know what actually happened, because I think people's imagination is going to be a lot worse than the truth might actually be. So yeah, I don't know if Brittany is handling this information well, because it seems to me like she's looking a little more cagey than if she was actually to be a little more truthful.
Yeah. So Turner is going to talk to Monty. He's going to let Monty know about his conversation with Brittany, or at least some of it. He's worried that Brittany is going to tell Alyssa that he's voting her out. He says that he lets Monty know that he told her about Michael saying that she was lying about her profession. So Monty is in the know about this. Brittany is going to talk to Taylor. She tells Taylor about Alyssa's pitch. She says, Alyssa's pitch, basically the opposite of what I need right now. I need somebody that can win, that can help me get to the end. And that's sort of the thing, right? I've been talking about how Alyssa's pitch is kind of correct here. That, Brittany should want Alyssa in the game because Alyssa is probably Brittany's only chance of having any hope of winning. But Brittany has never cared that much about winning. She really wouldn't mind second place. That's still a lot of money. She can use that money to have a kid. That's money that she cares about. And if Taylor is better for her to get second place, to get to the end, then she's going to be more willing to go along with that direction. And so for right now, that is where she is leaning. She asks Taylor, like, you would pick me, right? Like you would bring me there. Taylor says, yes, I would. So you would do whatever it takes. Nothing will distract her. No matter how.
I'm so bored.
Whoa,
I'm
where
so
did Kyle
horny.
come from? Hold on. Let's stop that. No, stop it.
I really feel like, I mean, it's the right move though. I think that if she wants to be able to get to the end. Unfortunately, Alyssa, like as much as her pitch makes sense, she kind of was even like letting Brittany know that like she has votes in the jury house. I'm like, don't remind people of that you kind of have 3 locked in votes most likely. And she doesn't have like that kind of fight to like really be there and win. Like she's in survival mode, which I appreciate. I want her to be pitching, but like I don't want to put my game in Alyssa's hands. Like I think she's the first person to be at Final Five and never won a competition. Like that's wild, or head of household. That's like wild to me. And so I think that she should be trying to sell her assets in a different kind of way, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah. She's there's gonna be some more awkward moments. Alyssa, Taylor, and Monty have a funny conversation where they talk about Taylor having an old soul, and Alyssa's like, "I want an old soul." And like, she's like, "That means you're cool, right?" They're like, "No, not really." And then Taylor is gonna tell Alyssa. She says, "Oh, let me tell you, I had a speech ready for you when I was HOH. I was going to put you on the block. I was going to talk about the trip to London. I was going to talk about, getting rerouted to the jury house." And Alyssa's like, "Wow, please don't say that on Thursday." She's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to." And then Taylor and Monty keep talking, but Alyssa's like staring into the void. And Taylor's like, "Are you okay? You're not sad about it, are you?" She's like, "No, it's fine. It's totally fine." And she gets up. She's like, I'm just gonna go to the bedroom." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't like mean to upset you." She's like, "No, it's fine. It's fine." She locks off. Taylor's like, "Oh my God." Taylor follows her in. She's like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "Don't worry about it, please. I'm just feeling a little emotional. I'm going to get to bed a little bit."
How much do you want us to hear that speech? I'm like, I want to hear the speech now. Hopefully she can actually revamp it and say it on Thursday. I would enjoy that, but maybe Alyssa wouldn't.
Yeah. Brittany's gonna talk to the cameras. She's also feeling emotional. She said, "Yeah, just earlier I was saying that I was 75% sure that Michael did not betray me. Now I am 0% sure that he did not betray me. Michael, we should have discussed what we would do or not do if we ended up on the block together. We talked too much about what we would do if we got to the end together. Now I'm just trying to decide where to go from here. I did not anticipate people realizing I wasn't who I said I was. I know Monty's against me. Turner says he's not against me, but I've fallen for his lies before, and I'm not falling for them again. So we'll see."
Just pivot, Brittany. Pivot. It's not the worst situation that you're in right now. You're still in the game. So figure out how to make this work for you. But I don't know. I don't know if she's going to do that just because she's really I think she's a little bit too hurt by the fact that she was betrayed by Michael. But it's like, come on, it's the game. Like you had to know that he was going to do anything that he could to stay in the game and just pivot, like something, please.
Yeah. Well, they're all going to be chatting outside and talking about the season. Alyssa tells them they finally now know, yeah, old school wasn't really anything. It was like one conversation. Old school wasn't a thing. They're like, "Are you serious? Like that literally changed the entire course of the game because we thought that old school was a thing." She's like, "Nah, like we had like one meeting." And then I told Kyle about it just because I wanted to build trust with him because it wasn't a thing. It is apparently the story was that I was drunk and it slipped out. Like, no, I told him on purpose because it wasn't a thing. And they're like, "Wow, we would probably look silly."
I mean, they don't look silly. Terrence was really into old school. I think even like Nicole and Daniel we were into old school maybe more than Alyssa was. So I don't think it was they don't look silly at all. I just think it's hilarious though that she didn't realize that she was like the catalyst to set this whole game into emotion that I really enjoyed. So.
Yeah, and that's what Turner's going to say. He says, Turner's like, oh, listen, Alyssa, I only want to say this so that you go into the jury house knowing, just so that you don't go like to the jury house without knowing. But yeah, it has been said that like you were the reason that the other side of the house like got ruined, basically. And Alyssa is like, ha ha ha, ha ha. I'm not trying to make a big deal of it, but people keep saying that I'm going to the jury house already, and it's no, we didn't mean it like that.
Oh my god. Alyssa, so sensitive.
Turner is gonna feel bad about that one. Classic accidentally telling the person you're voting out that they're leaving situation going on there. And then they go ahead and stay up all night again, which is great. Love it. So happy for them.
There's not that many days left, right? How many days left? 15 days? 16 days? So hopefully they'll decide to get some sleep soon.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much all we had. They do eventually get into bed. That Turner, Monty, and Taylor are gonna, head up. Turner's gonna go to bed. Taylor's gonna go up with Monty. Now, remember the night before they had a big ol' situation where 4 of them were up in the HOH bed together. But this morning, just around 30 minutes ago or so, that Monty and Taylor were up in the HOH bed. And Taylor was I think she said
I'm so bored. I'm
Stop!
so horny.
Oh no, she said
Queen's coming to get what's hers.
Oh.
I think that's what she said. She's like, hey, let's cuddle a little. They did a little bit of cuddling, little bit of head on the chest. Then Monty, he did a little bit of a head turn to face Taylor. Uh-oh, what's happening here? And then don't worry, I've made sure to watch this. Monty goes in. Monty makes the move. Monty goes in for a kiss, and then it happens. It's happening. It's a full on makeout session. Getting hot and heavy when the feeds cut away.
I definitely missed this. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna go back and watch this perv. But like I'm shocked. He goes in for the kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's funny too because I was like giving it a watch so that I could describe it to you properly.
Thank you.
And I accidentally still had my feeds on like 2.5x speed, and I was like, oh my god, they're really going for it. But even at 1x speed, it's still definitely they're going for it. So
wow. Okay,
yeah.
this is gonna change the rest of like the game, I would say. Like,
well, when it happened with Kylan and Tiffany, it didn't change much, but we'll see.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be the same as that, but I'm just like how they interact, because nobody's gonna know about it, but we're gonna know, and just seeing like if there's gonna be any other flirting glances or a little touch here or a little look there. Like it'll be fun to watch how they interact after this. So regardless if it helps either of their games, I don't know, but it'll be fun to watch them interact still.
Listen, the Jailer fans have been, the Jailer shippers,
they're going to be like,
they have been at war with the Montes for months. And I think they felt like they had won. I think that Like in the first episode of House of the Dragon, they got Sir Criston Cole on the ground, and they were Daemon doing the cheer. They were like, "Aha! We have claimed our victory." And then the Montes, they didn't give up. They got a sneak attack in.
Well,
here
I
we
think
go.
though, if Joseph, if he hadn't have done all that throwing Taylor under the bus, like Taylor was really, really hurt by what she was learning that Joseph had said, and so I think that also left a little bit of an opening there because she was a little bit upset about Joseph and probably like was like, okay, I'm not going to be thinking about him anymore, and that just allowed Monty to sneak on in there. So we'll see. Could this be like an after the season love triangle?
We can only hope, I would imagine, right?
Yes. That's fun for me.
All right. So, look, ever since like week 2, when Taylor talked about Daniel, she's been wanting to get hers.
Queen's coming to get what's hers.
Mm-hmm. She did it. She
finally
gets
did
what
it.
she wants. Like it kind of is a roundabout route some of the times, but like she gets it. So maybe she's gonna be our winner. You know?
Yeah, and it does raise the question of like, what does this mean for the two of them? Not only I think emotionally, but game wise. We've been wondering specifically. Monty and Taylor are the two people that I'm looking at as the two winner contenders right now. And both of them are in situations where I'm like, okay, who does Monty choose between Turner and Taylor? I've been leaning Taylor, but maybe now even more so. Who does Taylor choose between Brittany and Monty if she has that choice? I've been leaning Brittany, but could this change things? I don't know.
For some alone time for a few days.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, this actually makes these last couple weeks a little bit more interesting, I would say, for sure, just to be watching what goes on between them.
You know what? I'm also thinking people are asking like, is this going to remain hidden? I would assume so. I would perhaps be concerned for Taylor if it does not remain hidden. I've talked already about how I think that there's opportunity for Brittany and Turner to change their minds and evict Taylor if they find out that there's something going on between Taylor and Monty. That might give them the little bit of a kick that they need to start having those conversations. So I think that probably want to keep this one on the down.
Cool it.
Yeah.
Cool it until after Thursday.
Yeah.
And you have power. Yeah. I hope it doesn't get spilled. Like, this is so much, Taran. Like, I can't believe it's taken the entire season to get this. 70 days.
All right. Well, I hope all of the shippers are doing okay in the ship streets, because I'm sure it's wild out there right now. But that's about what we have for you from yesterday. Appropriately, the day 69 update. Chantele, anything else you want to bring up?
All I had got was the caring conversation. So we already talked about that one. So I got nothing. Nada.
All right. Well, that's what we have for you then today. Of course, I will be back tonight with tonight's roundtable. We will be rating these players, making predictions moving forward about where the game will go from here, and getting some opinions. Maybe we'll get some ship opinions. You team Jailer, team Monte. We'll have to find out. So we can check that out. Later tonight, I will be releasing the survey for you to rate the players and give your opinion on who's your favorite, how are you feeling? Are you okay about the Monte situation? Check that out. You can find it on Twitter at Armstrong Taran. I'll be tweeting it out. And then I've got twitch.tv/Taran Armstrong, hanging out, doing fun things. I'm going to have a cooking stream tomorrow. So if you want to check out some cooking on stream.
What are you making? Is it a surprise?
Well, I think the audience is going to decide from the HelloFresh orders that I had.
Oh.
So
fun.
we'll find out. We'll make some food. So you can tune in for that tomorrow. I also talked to Jacob Jones yesterday. That was a fun time. We told some stories. So make sure you check out that VOD. You can find that and some Among Us videos over on the YouTube channel at some point. And House the Dragon. I recorded the book club podcast yesterday as well. So that was a good time. Great episode. Disturbing, but great episode of House of the Dragon. So make sure you check out that coverage as well. Chantele, what are you up to?
I'm just hanging out. I've been house sitting for and cat sitting for the last 2 weeks. So I haven't been doing that much, but you can always find me on Instagram at ShanFranFran or on my YouTube channel, Reality Realness with 3 S's. Right now, everything's kind of coming to an end. So we'll be doing a Bachelorette finale recap soon, also The Amazing Race Canada and the Challenge USA. Wednesday is going to be the final episode. So I'll be doing a live recap after that. And Danny McRae has been hanging out in the chat. So, if you want to come and join us and cross your fingers that Danny shows up again, we can all have a little bit of a little discussion on Wednesday. So looking forward to it.
There you go. Maybe worth noting as well that the feeds cut from the HOH room at 8:07-ish. Still not back here at 8:41. Worth noting because for Kyle and Alyssa, they were back in a couple minutes. So we'll find out. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today.
Give that TMI.
And I will see all of you tonight.